Alright, so today we have Chapter 6, Lesson 6, Percent of Change. Make sure you make that the title of these notes. In the warm-up section of your notes, please copy down these problems. You need to copy down the whole question so that you can show your work. Box your answer and then press play when you're ready to correct. Alright, so for number 1, 10% of what number? So you would have done, if you were doing an equation, 0.1 times x equals 6, or 0.1 times n equals 6. Number 2, what percent of 20 is 8? Should have gotten 40%. Number 3, what is 80% of 60? So you might have 80 over 100 equals n over 60. And you would have gotten 48. 50 is what percent of 200? And you would have gotten 25% for that. Alright, 3 vocabulary words. You can pause here and copy them from your book, or you can wait until the next screen. Alright, so a percent can be used to describe an amount of change. The percent of change is the amount stated as a percent that a number increases or decreases. This sentence needs to be written as your definition for a percent of change. If the amount goes up, it is a percent of increase. So there's your definition for that one. And if the amount goes down, it is a percent of decrease. Go ahead and pause this screen to copy down the definitions. Then I'd like you to go ahead and write down this formula. Percent of change equals amount of change divided by the original amount. Alright, in the example section of your notes, this will be example 1. We're going to find the percent of change and round our answers to the nearest tenth of a percent if necessary. So 65 is decreased to 38. Please write down that example. And first thing we're going to do is write the formula. The formula is, let's go back for a second, percent of change, which you can use a percent sign if you would like of change, and then amount of change over original amount, and then we're going to substitute in the values. So to find the amount of change, that means the difference between the two numbers. So you take the larger number, whichever it is, and subtract the smaller number. So that means that the difference between 65 and 38 is 27. So you'll need that for your formula. And then you're going to substitute those values into the formula. The percent of change is going to be the amount of change, which is 27, and the original amount. So the original amount is 65 because we know that it is decreased to 38, which means it started at 65. So that will always be your denominator, whichever the starting number was. And then we're going to divide. And for homework for this lesson, I'm okay with you using a calculator to divide these, because I'm not grading you on division right now, I'm grading you on calculating percent. So now we have a decimal point, and we're going to change this into a percent by multiplying by 100, and we need to round to the nearest tenth, so 41.5. So this means the percent of decrease is about 41.5%. Right, 41 is increased to 92. And just a little note that it doesn't matter if it's increase or decrease, you're going to solve the problem the exact same way, and your answer will just say that it is increased by this amount or it is decreased by this amount. So the amount of change, find the difference between the two numbers. Always take the larger number and subtract the smaller. So we have 51, and our original amount is 41. 41 is increased to 92. So 51 divided by 41, and we have 1.2, but that's okay, we're going to have more than 100%, but looking at the numbers we had, 41 is going to be more than doubled to 92. So we're going to write our answer as 124.4%. That 3 gets rounded up to a 4 because a 9 is the next number. So the percent of increase is about 124.4 degrees. Sorry, percent. Okay, we'll speed through this one. 70 is decreased to 45. So again, we're going to find the difference between the two numbers and then substitute it into the formula. The amount of change is 25. The original amount is 70. We're going to divide and change it to a percent. So we have 37, about 35.7%, and that is a decrease. All right, the next section of examples is using percent of change. So the regular price of a bicycle helmet is $42.99. It is on sale for 20% off. What is the sale price? So first we're going to find the amount of the discount. Okay, so we're going to, just like yesterday's lesson, 20% of $42.99 equals D, so that will give us the discount, so how much less you will be paying. So you can write an equation like this, or you can use a proportion. 0.2 times $42.99. We do not need to round to 43 because that's not what stores do. And we have 8.598, which would be rounded to the nearest cent because stores don't charge you partial cents. So that would be 860. That means that 860 is the discount, so that's how much less you are paying. So the amount of discount is 860, but that's not what it's asking. It's asking us what the sale price is. So now we're going to find the sale price by taking the original price, the regular price. We're going to subtract the discount, and that will give us the sales price, which is what you would pay if the bicycle helmet was 20% off. Alright, so another example just like the last one. Original price of a computer game is $49.88. It's on sale for 15% off. So we're going to find the amount of discount. Okay, so 15% of $49.88. So 0.15 times $49.88. Rounded to the nearest cent, we'll get $7.48. Now using that, we will calculate the sale price. Regular price minus the discount equals the sale price. So this means the sale price is $42.40. Alright, a boutique sells hand-painted t-shirts for $12.60 each and sells them after a price of increase of 110%. What is the retail price? So this is what stores do. Stores buy their stuff from somebody and then they hike up the price so they can make some money off of it. So the retail price is what we would pay. So we're going to find the actual amount of increase. So we have to figure out what 110% of $12.60 is. So 110% times $12.60 will give us $13.86. So that's the increased amount. Now to find the sale price, we need to add that to what they paid. $12.60 plus $13.86 means that the retail price, if you went into the store, would be $26.46. Alright, William makes t-shirts for $7 and sells them after a price increase of 125%. So we need to find that increase of $7, 125, or 1.25 times 7 equals n. That will give us $8.75. And so we'll take that to what he pays. And we find that the retail price, what he would sell them for, is $15.75. Alright, here is your lesson quiz. Go ahead and pause here and copy down the problems, and we will work these together in class on Monday. Have a good weekend!